Hey, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet. And today I want to talk to you about why your body hang-ups have nothing to do with your body. Alright, so I've made videos on this theme and on this topic many times before, and I feel like I want to keep approaching this subject from slightly different angles because I know that body image issues and food issues and the way you think about yourself and the way you feel about yourself inside your body and inside your life, it's multifaceted, all right? And it's not as simple as one perspective is the answer. And I want to keep approaching this topic of feeling comfortable in your body and learning how to love your body and learning how to embrace your body from many different angles, because I know that it's important to hit it from all these different angles, because our perceptions of our bodies and our perceptions of how we feel about ourselves are multifaceted. So the transition to a new way of thinking and feeling and believing about yourself is also going to be multifaceted, all right? So I want to talk to you today about body hang-ups and how the things that you think and feel about your body, generally speaking, have nothing to do with your body. And again, I want to preface this by saying I'm coming to you as someone who used to believe that everything was my body's fault. Like, literally, people didn't like me because my thighs were bigger today. And I, literally, it was like I couldn't do well on my test today because my stomach aches. I couldn't, I just truly, fully was like so far on the other side of the scale of like literally everything wrong in my life was because of my body, right? Friends didn't like me because I was fat. I wasn't as successful in school because I was fat. I couldn't be popular. I couldn't have what I wanted. Maybe I didn't get the part in the play. I didn't get the part in the dance show. I didn't, everything, literally everything. I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't have what I wanted, right? I didn't have the job I wanted. I didn't have the career I wanted. I didn't have, I couldn't be a yoga teacher. I couldn't be blah, blah, blah. All of it was because of my body, right? And so if I'm coming to you as someone who used to truly believe that everything wrong in my life was because of my body, every negative feeling I had was because of my body, every discomfort I had was because of my body, every ounce of self-hate that I had was because of my body, every ounce of not being able to be okay in life or in my body was because of my body, and now being someone who truly thinks my body is awesome and can live a life just feeling really, really great, this is why I want to make this video. It's because I also had to go through the process of really realizing that all of my problems had nothing to do with my body, and especially the problems I thought had to do with my body the most had nothing to do with my body. All right? So when we think about, blaming stuff on our body, it's so common for me to hear, like, I gained 5 pounds and everything is terrible now. Or, I woke up and I feel bloated, I feel puffy, I feel yucky, I feel, I can't stand the way that I look, I hate my thighs, I hate my belly, I hate my face, I hate how I'm puffy, I hate how I have stomach aches, I hate this and that and that. These kind of thoughts, right? And this kind of like negative feeling that, I truly believe that I feel terrible right now because of the way my body looks, and I truly believe that I would feel better if my body were different, is so common. And especially for women, this seems to be something that we come together to talk about, right? Like, I know that I've sat in groups of women sitting around literally just exchanging stories about how much they hate their bodies and what's wrong with them, and it's like almost culturally and socially acceptable at this point for us to determine how we feel that day, determine how we behave that day, determine where our self-esteem is going to be at based on how we're perceiving our bodies, right? That it's like, it's normal to say like, oh, I'm bloated today, I can't go out. Or I'm having a bad hair day, I'm just gonna stay at home. Or I stepped on the scale and I gained 5 pounds and now I literally have a ticket to feel like shit about myself for the rest of the day, right? Like, this is just common. This is normal now. And so this is why I'm saying I understand that when I tell you that your body hangups have nothing to do with your body, you probably think, what is she talking about? Because it fully and completely feels like it has everything to do with my body, right? Like, I actually did gain weight, I feel like crap now. Or I actually am bloated, I feel like crap now. Or I actually am puffy, I feel like crap now. And so, like I say, I understand that because I come from that, right? And I was the exact same way. Every single time my body shifted, every single time my body changed, and anything that went on with my body, it would be my excuse for why I couldn't feel good about myself that day, or why I couldn't have peace, or why I couldn't go do the things that I wanted to do. Like that, and this is the biggest one, right? When your body starts to impede your living your life, that's when this is really starting to become a problem that needs to be addressed, right? When it's like, I can't go out and hang out with my friends because I feel too fat today, or I can't go for that audition, or I can't go for that job, or I can't be confident in this social situation, or I can't show up for myself and be, nice to myself in life because of something that's going on with my body. That's when this really needs to be addressed, right? Because the truth is, again, I'm going to say this again and then I will explain it. How you are feeling about your body and how you're feeling because of that has absolutely nothing to do with your body, okay? So to understand that what has happened is you have scapegoated how you feel and how you want to feel and how you can't feel how you want to feel onto your body. But it's not actually your body that's done anything that makes it so that you can't feel how you want to feel, all right? So again, I come from a background where I truly believe people didn't like me because I wasn't skinny. I truly believed I wasn't popular because I wasn't skinny. I didn't have a boyfriend because I wasn't skinny, blah, 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 blah. And then later on, I started to realize, like through kind of recovery from eating disorder and all of this stuff, from conversations I was having with other people, and even just like starting to notice other people, it was like, okay, no one actually cares how I look, right? And so like I would have conversations with my boyfriend, and he would be like, and I'd be like, oh, like I've lost weight, don't you like love me more? And he would be like, I never thought that there was anything wrong with you. I never thought there was anything wrong with your body. I never thought you were overweight. I never thought you needed to lose weight. I always thought you looked fine. And for a long time, I just wouldn't believe him. I'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, no, he must love me more now that I'm skinnier. Like, there's no way that he thought I was great 10 pounds ago. Like, there's just no way. That's not possible. But the more he started to tell me this, the more he started to say, like, really, I don't notice. I don't care. I think you're great. I love you. I think you're beautiful. I think you're perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. The more I was like, okay, that seems weird and out of alignment, right? And then I started to notice other people, like other girls and other women and people in media and people on social media and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Kate, look, though, all these women have completely different body types. All these women have completely different body shapes. There are people who are maybe like 15 pounds heavier than I am, who are seemingly incredibly confident in their bodies and doing what they want to be doing, and like, like some yoga ladies on like Instagram and YouTube and like a tube top and like little shorts, and they had more body fat than I did. And I'm thinking, like, I can't be seen, like I need to like literally hide under covers today because I gained an ounce. And they're out there like literally several pounds heavier than me in a tube top and shorts, showing themselves on the internet in like crazy yoga poses. And I was just like, okay, holy crap. They're like, I think that I have been thinking something that is totally out of alignment with the truth, right? That's when I started to realize it. Because the truth is, look at Oprah, right? She's actually obese. She's actually overweight. And look at all the things she's done, and look at all the things she's been able to accomplish, and all of the things she does with her life, right? If she let her body stop her, can you imagine what would not be existing in this world without her just like doing her thing, right? And it made me start to realize that like me allowing my body to hold me back from the things that I want to do, me allowing my body to hold me back from how I want to feel is completely not necessary. Okay, so that was like the first thing. So again, I want to iterate. I went through high school truly, like all through school and after school, believing that I was not popular and I was not liked and I was not whatever because of my body, okay? But the truth is, The reason I wasn't popular, the reason I wasn't well liked, the reason why I didn't have all this like social success that I wanted to have was because of how I felt about myself, right? If I had been like, this is how I look, whatever, I'm gonna go out and be myself. I'm gonna be confident, and I'm gonna be, believing that I'm awesome, and I'm just gonna go out there and like, whatever, I like myself, I would have been popular. Because that's the difference between popular people and not popular people. Really, at the end of the day, it's truly just how you believe about yourself, what you believe about yourself, how you carry yourself. So because I thought everything was wrong with my body, I carried myself like I was insecure, I talked about myself like I was insecure, I wore 100 layers of clothes, I wouldn't let people get close to me. I was so insecure and so inside of myself and so not perceiving the world around me and making everything about my body internally, that of course, like, people did not feel comfortable hanging around me because I was so uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? It actually had nothing to do with my body. It was just because I was making everything mean stuff about my body, that I carried myself that way, that I talked about myself that way, that I acted that way, that people believed me. They're like, yeah, okay, she's not great, I don't want to hang out with her, right? And so my journey from believing everything had to do with my body to understanding that it has absolutely nothing to do with my body started by me saying, okay, even though I truly believe my life is shit because of my body, because even though I believe I have to feel like crap about myself and like I'm not worthy and I'm not good enough and I'm not lovable and I'm not all of these things because of my body right now, what if I were to just entertain the idea that this actually has nothing to do with my body? Okay? So the first thing I say is, what if I just entertain that idea? And of course, at first I'm like, no, it's definitely about my body. Look at all the evidence I have. No one liked me, and I was fat, so therefore it's the same thing, right? And so I was like, fine, that's fine. Second thing, I stopped complaining about my body. I stopped saying negative things about my body. I stopped scapegoating verbally what I was feeling and what I was thinking onto my body, all right? So by doing this, it was literally a miracle. A huge shift happened. When I stopped allowing myself to say negative things about my body, all right, all of a sudden, all my real insecurities, all my real needs, all my real desires, all my real problems came to the surface, right? So once I wasn't allowed to say negative things about my body, at first it was like incredibly like, it made my skin crawl. Like it was so hard not to say mean things about my body. But when I made that my rule and I made that my mandate, I no longer am scapegoating how I'm feeling or what it's going on with me onto my body. All of a sudden it was like, I just really want someone to tell me I'm special. I just really want someone to tell me that I'm good enough. I just really want someone to tell me that I'm acceptable, that I'm lovable, that I'm approvable, that I'm not a piece of crap. And this is really what was going on when I was scapegoating everything onto my body, right? So when I was complaining about my body, I was asking for someone to tell me, no, you're good enough, you're okay. When I'm complaining about my body, when I'm saying negative things about my body, when I'm truly believing that everything is my body's fault, it was my way of trying to make myself feel better by saying, okay, if it's my body's fault, I can fix it. Right? I can go on a diet, I can lose weight, I can do whatever. So instead of feeling like totally helpless, like I'm a piece of crap person that no one's ever gonna love, I'd say, okay, if it's my body's fault, I can fix it. Right? So when you stop allowing yourself to complain about your body, you're gonna realize what you're actually scapegoating onto your body. Right? And then the third thing is you can start to actually get your real needs met. Right? So for me, it was like, okay, I really wanted to feel confident. I really wanted to feel good enough. I really wanted to feel approved of. I really wanted to feel like I was acceptable, like I had something to offer, like people wanted to be around me. And that was something that I could start practicing feeling no matter how my body looked, right? It wasn't actually my body that was making me socially awkward, right? It was my reaction to my own self that was making me socially awkward. It wasn't my body's fault that people didn't love me. It was me saying I can't let people in until I'm 5 pounds thinner that was making people not be able to love me, right? So when you start to take away your ability to scapegoat it onto your body and you start to say, okay, what's really going on here? What do I really need? What do I really want? What's really going on under the surface? What am I really afraid of? What am I really needing? What am I really lacking? That's when you're gonna start to heal, okay? So when so basically, just to wrap this up, I just want to again extend you the opportunity or the invitation to say, okay, all of my body hangups feel really real. It really feels like I can't love myself because I'm not the weight that I want to be. It really feels like I can't be confident because I'm not the weight that I want to be, or I'm not the body type that I want to be, or something's going on with my body, or I'm puffy, or I'm bloated, or whatever. That's okay. But what if it really actually has nothing to do with this? What if I could feel good about myself even in this body? What if I could feel lovable even though I'm bloated? What if I could feel lovable even though I'm puffy? What if none of this stuff has to impede on my confidence or my ability to do what I want to do in this world, or my ability to be who I want to be in this world, or my ability to feel how I want to feel, right? So then the second step is you stop complaining about your body. You just stop saying bad things about it. And yes, this is going to be really hard. But through this practice, you are going to make so many realizations about what you actually want and what you actually need and what you actually feel like you're missing by not complaining about your body. Because when you take away your ability to scapegoat, the real thing that you actually want and that you actually need is going to come to the surface, right? And then you start to say, okay, how do I really want to feel? How do I really want to be in this world? And how can I allow myself to be that and feel that and have that no matter what my body looks like? Because it's not your body's fault, right? You can have whatever you want. You can feel however you want to feel. You can be confident. You can feel worthy. You can feel acceptable right here, right now, in the body that you have, puffy, bloated, overweight. It doesn't matter. You can feel how you want to feel right now, right? And you have to start to give yourself permission to feel that way, no matter what your body looks like. All right? So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I love hearing from you. If you have any video requests, or if you want an elaboration on this one, just let me know. Find me on Instagram. I'm Ali_perception_trainers. Find me on Facebook. I'm Perception Trainers. And yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.